Welcome to the Storymakers Podcast. I'm Talina Adamo. Today, I'd like to share an article with you. The difference between having an idea and having a story. Every writer has them. Those exciting ideas that seem too good to let go. Maybe it's an unforgettable character, a magical world, a clever twist, a haunting opening scene that plays over and over in your mind. Sometimes it's nothing more than a single question that begins with, what if? Ideas are where every story begins. But here's the lesson that took me years to understand. An idea isn't a story. When I first started writing, I thought the hard part was coming up with a great idea. Once I had one, I assumed the story would naturally fall into place. It rarely worked that way. I'd have pages of notes, scenes I loved, and characters I couldn't stop thinking about, but eventually I'd hit a wall. Something wasn't working, even if I couldn't explain why. Looking back, I wasn't missing inspiration. I was missing the story. Over time, I realized the stories that stayed with me weren't built on great ideas alone. They were built on people. Someone wanted something. Someone had something to lose. Someone had to make impossible choices. That's when an idea starts becoming a story. It's easy to fall in love with a world you've created or the exciting plot twist you've imagined. I still do. But readers don't fall in love with ideas. They fall in love with characters. They keep turning the page because they care about what happens next. Whenever I feel stuck now, I almost never ask, what's the next scene? Instead, I ask questions about the characters. What are they afraid of? What are they trying to accomplish? What lie do they believe? What truth are they avoiding? The answers to those questions almost always point me toward the next scene far better than forcing myself to invent one. I've also learned that stories need time. Some ideas arrive fully formed. Most don't. Some need weeks, others need months. A few need years before everything finally clicks into place, and that's okay. I've stopped feeling guilty when a story isn't ready yet. Sometimes the best thing we can do as writers is keep asking questions until the pieces begin fitting together naturally. Writing isn't just about putting words on a page. It's about discovering what your story is really trying to say. So if you're sitting on an idea that feels exciting but somehow incomplete, don't assume it isn't good enough. Maybe it simply isn't finished growing. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, keep getting to know your characters. One day, almost without warning, you'll stop looking at a collection of interesting ideas, and you'll realize you're finally looking at a story. And in my experience, that's one of the most rewarding moments in the entire writing process. Maybe that's why I love talking about story structure so much. Not because I believe there's a single formula for writing a great book. There isn't. Every writer has a different process, and every story has its own way of unfolding. But I do believe that asking the right questions can help uncover the story that's been there all along. That's exactly why I'm creating the Plot Your Story With Me series to explore the questions, techniques, and lessons that have helped me move ideas from scattered notes into finished stories. Whether you're outlining your first novel, writing a screenplay, or simply trying to figure out what comes next, I hope you'll join me. And until next time, don't worry about having the perfect idea. Focus on discovering the story hidden inside it. Because every unforgettable story begins with a single question. What if? Thanks for listening to the Storymakers Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love for you to subscribe so you don't miss future conversations about writing, filmmaking, and the creative journey. If you'd like to follow along, you can find me on The Storymakers on Substack and on my Talina Adamo YouTube channel, where I share new episodes, articles, behind-the-scenes updates, and other resources for storytellers. I'm also working on an exciting new series called Plot Your Story With Me, so stay tuned. I'd love to have you join me on that journey. Until next time, keep creating and keep telling your story.